Hello friends, welcome to C# Intermediate to Advanced tutorial. Now you are watching part 6 of the subseries C# Rich Box Control. So here we are going to change the font for selected text as well as preset font before editing a new text. So what user will do, user will select the font, then font size, then they will start typing the text. So the text they are typing will appear in the font selected here. Or once the texts are typed, user can select a portion of text, then they can apply the font and font size. So both the way they can do. Say for example, Anonymous Pro is the current font, right? Let's say the font is set with 12 points. They are typing the line, so this line will appear in font 12, and in the next line, before moving to next line, let's say they are increasing the font size to 14 and they are typing it. Now that will appear in font size 14. So that's one kind of operation they can do. Or as already told, they can select a portion of text, then they can apply the font as well as font size. So that's what we are going to implement in this part 6. And remember, when we are applying this font and font size, we should not touch the existing style. So if we construct completely a new font, then the previously applied style like bold, italic, those will be gone. So yeah, so we will see when we go to code how we are doing this. So let's quickly review the slide decks from previous parts. So in the previous video, we looked at the selection font property. Then we also looked at how we retrieve the font from the current selection, then apply bold, italic and underline style to the selected portion of a text. So we have two combo boxes, right, for a font section. One is the font style combo box and another one is a font size combo box. And if you see rt.create graphics, so from rich text box we are making call to create graphics. This will give us a graphic instance. From there we make use of font family dot get families and we pass this gr instance to the method, and we will get the font that is compatible to our rich text box graphics content. And then using a for each loop we are iterating it. So this will give list of font and font family dot get families and the graphics object we are passing, and it will give us list of fonts, and we are iterating those font. In each iteration we will get one font named f_family, and if you see f_family dot name, that's the property we are accessing it. Then cmb font items dot add, we are adding whatever name is retrieved here. So there are two combo boxes, right? One is a combo box to pick font name. So if you see here cmb font, so this will be the cmb font. So cmb font collection items dot add, and whatever we retrieved from this graphics, and we are passing that. So from here we are retrieving the name and we are passing that to our combo box instance B. So this is B, we are getting item collection, we are adding it. Next we need to load this, and if you say it's simply a for loop, and we are starting that loop with 7 less than 73. That means our combo box will have a preset numbers 7 to 72. So this is our combo box C, and here we are adding the font sizes. So now font name and font size is available, and this is done during the form load itself. So in the previous slide we saw about two combo box, right? One is a CMB font, another one is a combo box font size. So here we are implementing the selected index changed. Here also we are implementing selected index changed. So here user will be changing the font name, and in the second routine user will be changing the font size. So in both the cases, when selected index is changed, at that time itself we are making call to set new font method. So this will be our set new font method. Here we have old font. This is a font instance. Then we have a new font. Then we have a string variable to store the font name, font size. So these two will be supplied by our combo boxes. Old font, we can retrieve it based on the selection font property of the rich text box control. New font that we will form and apply. Then font style, it is required. Why? Because we need to preserve the bold, italic, underline styles. So for that preserving purpose we are having this style, and the type is a font style. The char set, it's not required, but when we are constructing our font we need to pass the char set from old font, so we declared the char set as a 0. Alright, and if you see cmb font.txt f name, font name. So first we are storing our font name, and we are taking this information from our combo box, and this combo box was loaded during the form load event. We used the graphic instance, and from there we retrieved the font family, and using that font family collection we iterated and populated this CMB font combo box, the font name combo box we can call it. Next, CMB font size dot text, and if it is empty in the sense user doesn't select any font size, then we are applying the font size as 8. F size is a float, and we are setting that here. So if user selected something, then we parse that information cmb font size dot txt, and this will return a string, right? So we are parsing it into float, and we are storing that in the f size. So if user selected something from that combo box, so instead of 8, let's say they selected 16 as the font size, then this will return false, and we will go here and we retrieve the content from the combo box. This is the text content, right? We retrieve it, parse it, and we store that in the f size. And here if you see old font rt.SelectionFont, so this will be our old font, right? We are storing that as well, and we retrieve selected text. This is a rich text box, a rich text box.SelectionFont property that retrieves the font associated to the selected text. So we store that here in the old font. So here we are talking about here, right? Font name will be supplied by this combo box. It is loaded during the form load, and this is second combo box B, font size, and we handled that and we stored the required variable. Next, if you see, we are checking old font equal to null. Most probably this will not be null. Just for a safe purpose, we kept if old font is null, we store font style as regular. But definitely the form will have a font, and this will give a old font. Here old font dot style, we are retrieving it. Old font is nothing but the selected text font, right? So that we are storing here in the style, font style. This one is to preserve the previously applied style. Remember, this new font is called when user changes this index, right? That means if index is changed from 12 to, font size is changed from 12 to 14, we need to increase the font size. And in the meantime, we have to preserve what is previously applied on the selection text, bold, italic, or underline. So if some bold text is applied, we need to preserve that. That's why we take the selected text. Old style is selected text, right? Old font is C. C we retrieved here, RichTextBox.SelectionFont, and font style, this is D. So here we preserve the style, and char set, we are taking it from our old font and we are storing that. You will soon see why we are preserving this style. Now it will have selected text font style. So if this is the selected text font style, and this is in green text, right? Our example doesn't support coloring, but for now you can, for the explanation, you can see the selected text is green. So when we make use of style, the style will preserve the previous selection, the previous style for the selected font. Alright, now the content style is preserved here under the style. So the variable we are using D, right? That's to preserve this previously applied content. Now here we are creating a new font. When we are creating new font name, F name, A we are supplying here. A, you know how it was F name. So a new font constructed with a selected font name A. Here user will specify a font family name, right? That we specified here. Then B, if you see, it's font size, and we already retrieved that. This portion retrieved font size. Then style. Here style, if you see, we are not going with a default style, but we are going with a selected font style. So if this portion of text is selected, when we are constructing the new font style, we preserve whatever style is there in the selected text. If the selected text is in a red color, bold and italic, then we supply that same style here. So the new font will preserve the style of the selected text. So we should say D here. Next, graphic unit dot point. So this one is required for the new construction. Then char set is by default 0. From here GDA char set, we are retrieving it from the old font itself. Old font in the sense the selected text font. That's all. We supply everything. Here it is E char set. And the new font, we are assigning it to our selected font property. That's all here. And now we will go ahead and implement this. It's a demo time now. So this is our example. In the previous parts we implemented save, load and this content style. Now we will implement this font and font size. So first we should, now we will select this form and we will invoke the properties and we will implement the form load event. So first we will load our combo boxes, the font name as well as font size combo boxes. So here we load the font family, the first combo box, then this one is our second combo box, and let us test this. So you can see all the fonts are loaded here. Okay, it seems we cannot size it. Then you have to adjust your form design. For now, at least we can see portion of the font. Then there is a font size also. Here we loaded size 7 to 72. Next we write our new font method. Code you can download from the video description, and this new font method was already explained in the PowerPoint slide during the theory part. And if you see, there are a list of declarations. Then we take the font name, then font size and bold font. This is to preserve the style. After that we take the style from our selection text. Finally we construct a new font and we assign that new font to the selected text. Now we should invoke the property for this font and selected index changed. And for a second combo box also we are implementing the same event routine. In both of the cases we need to call our set new font method, and you ultimately know the set new font method will set a new font for the selected text, and if nothing got selected, the new font is selected for the empty portion of text, and when you start typing something, the new type will take care of, the new retyped character will appear in the current font style and size. We will see that soon. Now here we are making call to set font method. So first we will have a sample text, and this is sample line of text 1. Okay, now we will apply some content style also. Sample line. Alright, now we have some text, right? Okay, here if you see I am selecting bold. So The current selection is here, RT selection, even though it's not shown here. Now let me apply italic, and you can see this portion of text will change to italic. And if I apply that specific portion applied with the underline, now if I click underline again, that will get revoked, italic will get revoked, bold will also get revoked. Okay, this stuff we implemented previously. Now let me go here and select font Arial black, and font size, let me keep it as 12. And if you see, when I type, that is appearing in the Arial black 12 size. Now let's go with Arial black 16, and here I'm changing something to comic serif, or we'll go with BP mono. That's a font for programming language. Looks nice. BP mono 16 point. So now you can do assign a new font for selected line of text also. Here I am choosing comic sans serif, sans ms, and you can see that line of text got changed, and I'm reducing the font size to 12, or let me keep it as 14. Right, the same way for, let's say this is already in bold. Right now font size I don't know, let us keep it as 12. And if you see, the text still appears in bold. The same way we can test this italic portion of text also. Lucid up right, and you can see underline is preserved, bold is preserved. So that's why here we make use of this old font, and we take that from the RT selection font. Selection font, old font, and from old font we retrieve the style, and when constructing we pass that style here. All right, now we completed section 1 and section 2. Let's save this content to some location with fonts. So we saved the content. Let me delete this. Let me load, if there is any text content, first let me load the text content. Here I'm so this portion of text I changed it to so second, third and fourth line I changed into different style. So here if you see, I loaded a text document. Now when I am saving it, I can even save it as a rich text box with fonts too. Or if you prefer to save it in text format, you can save it, but the format will not be applied. All right, now let's clear this content again. We will test the load functionality also with the fonts. So you can see how it preserves the formatting since it is rich text content. And now we will load with the fonts too, and you can see our sample is working, the first and second section. So In the next video, we will go with the clipboard operation. That's all here in this video. Just now you saw the demo. Thank you for watching. Bye.